Hello there, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another PUA dating roach roasting. As you can see here today, we have a special guest. We have a female dating roach. And there's quite a few of these women that do this around. I think they think because it's coming, the same crap's been spouted, but just from the mouth of a woman, that guys are going to believe it, which a lot of guys actually do. But that's their kind of angle. Like if I say it instead of a bloke saying it, that it's more palatable, more believable, and the poor gullible guys that watch it go, oh, well, she says it must be true. That ugly pickup artist says it, it's not true, but if she says it must be true. So I have watched this one just to make sure it was worth reacting to. She's actually got quite a few videos on her channel that are worth reacting to, but could only do one reaction at a time. So, hey, what do you do? So, what attracted me to this video was the title. The title of her video is How to Attract Girls Without Trying. Now, if you've watched any of my stuff for any period of time, you'll know that there's only one way that you can attract women without trying, and that is be a good-looking bloke. Yep. There's only one way around that obstacle, is be a good-looking guy. If you want to attract without trying, without earning money, status or any of that stuff, which are the only three ways you can attract, game doesn't exist. Can't charm your way into a girl's pants. All this maintaining frame bullshit that the roaches spout, it's all a load of shit. Yeah, there's only one real way to do it, and it's looks, but we'll hear what she's got to say about it. And of course she's got something to sell as well. She's got courses. You can buy books, get coaching. I don't know why you'd fucking bother, because it doesn't work. I'm guessing she'll just kind of give you, pick up lines and shit to go and use that we all know don't work. Yeah, Christine Loveridge is her name. She's got 50,000 subs. She's been around for a while. You just force her in. As you can tell by the look of her, she's not extremely appealing. I'd still go there. Yeah, I'm lonely and desperate. A lot of you guys too would. And you can shut the fuck up if you say otherwise. She probably 3 out of 10. Her male counterpart would get fuck all. Would get nothing. He'd have to pay for play, I reckon. So we've rated her a 3 out of 10, and she's going to tell us how to go and pick up Stacey's and all that kind of bullshit. So but without further ado, we'll play the video, and then I'll stop and interject whenever I see fit. All right.
Hi guys, my name's Christine, and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm...
No, you're not. You're a scam artist coach. Just because it's coming for a woman, do not be fooled. That there's all these 3 easy tricks. Courtney Ryan's another good example of female grifters. Gorgeous. She's actually a stunner. And who's she married to? Some 6'4" millionaire watch designer or something like that. Some absolutely loaded bloke. I just want to tell you again, even though she might say some stuff that might make a little bit of sense at first glance, just remember she's a grifter, she's selling stuff, and she's selling stuff that doesn't work. And the best way to describe female dating roaches and PUAs is same shit, different smell.
talking about how to attract girls without trying, okay? So let's get into the first point that I want to make about this, and that is to not be girl crazy, to not be really focused on trying to get laid, trying to get into a relationship.
The problem with that is when you're a young guy and you've got your hormones going left, right, and centre, up and down, that's kind of all you can think about is what it's like to hold a girl's hand, what it's like to feel her big ditties, what it's like to kiss her, and what it's like to go all the way. Like whether you're all horned up and really keen and interested or not doesn't really matter, because if a chick finds you attractive, as long as you don't do or say anything stupid, you're in. You can show a lot. If you're a good-looking guy, you can show a lot of interest to a woman, just giving you choosing signals, of course, and it'll go nothing but perfectly for you. So, yeah, that's the first debunking.
Because a lot of women can sort of sense if a man is desperate for love, for romance, to find a relationship, or
Desperation doesn't matter. If you're attractive, you're in.
desperate to get laid. And the way that they can sort of sense this is that most of the time they can notice in sort of like little tiny ways that you talk to women and talk to her. They notice your body language and how you look at women.
Once again, she's getting into the old PUA bullshit there with you got to approach them with the right body language, you got to look at the right way and stand in the right direction. You got to approach, but don't be too close, don't be too far away. And if it all fails, don't forget it's your fault. It's not the dating coach's material that's bad. No. That works 100% of the time when you do it right. Okay? Okay, lads, it's your fault. Well, in a way, it's your fault. It's your fault if you're attractive or not. It's kind of not your fault. It really is as binary as that, as black and white as that.
It's just a very much a one of those things you can't help but radiate if you are really desperate for those things. So the idea then is to rein that in, get some emotional self-control, and to not be as girl crazy.
Well, I'll use myself as an example here. I'd done that. I read all this PUA shit years ago and done that. I'd go up and talk to them with no outcome in mind, just going up to a bar and talk to a girl just like I'm talking to a co-worker or I'm talking to a friend. And it made absolutely no fucking difference whatsoever. And the times I did get lucky was because of my looks. At the time, I passed the basic looks test. I was never any kind of Chad. Don't get me wrong, but I did have a bit of luck back in the day, and it's because I passed the basic looks test, not because I acted a certain way, pretended to be not interested, and all this other shit they fucking come up with.
So,
wait, I've got something brand new for you because we've just released
ads. Sorry guys, I don't have premium, so.
Obviously, if you are girl crazy, and another reason why is that it comes across very teenage boy mentality. Like if you are desperate for love, if you're desperate to get laid, it's like one of those things that you often see in perhaps teenage boys at the.
It can be if you're overly so, which one good thing that some of these alpha gurus say is before you go out, rub one out. So if you're the kind of guy that gets like really, really horned up, you just look at a girl, just gently walk into the bar with her ditties bouncing and you jizz your pants. If you're one of them guys, have a pull before you go out. And it's going to help you not to feel that way. But once again, if a good-looking guy goes out feeling as toey as a Roman sandal, he's gonna do okay. He's gonna have good luck. Good luck compared to an average ugly guy.
Age of around like 17 or 18. But if you're older than that, if you're a guy watching this then who's much older than that, and you're not a teenager anymore, then if you still have that trait and you're still really desperate for love, still really desperate for
The thing is, if Chad went up and acted like that, the woman would just see it as cute and a bit nerdy and a bit playful. If I go up and do it, or any, like, if sub 5 goes up and does it, it's creepy. That's the difference. What's going on now, YouTube? Play. Oh, fuck me. Bear with me. I'm not going to edit this shit out. I don't have the editors. Come on, play. Let's have a look at the mug on her. Oh my God. Watch this. Minute 53, and I'm going to refresh the whole page. Come on. I'm definitely not stopping and restarting because I've already recorded about 10 minutes. Come on, you stupid thing. And you put the audio, the quality down. Let's see what happens. On gigabit internet. Come on! If you listen to this, just keep on tapping fast forward. The fuck? I think it's trying to load an ad, but it's stuffed up. Yeah, it was trying to load an ad, which it can't load. Oh, Godfather. Oh, what the fuck is going on with this stupid fucking platform? Watch later. Ugly bitch tells you how to get women.
It's going to show, right? And it's going to put women off of you, which is why, you may have not had much success. Let's say you've never had that much success. You didn't have much success when you were a teenager, and you didn't have much success when you were in your 20s, and perhaps you've even kept that sort of energy going into your 30s, this sort of desperateness for women and stuff. No, I'm not saying that is you, but it could be some people.
Like I said, desperateness will just come along. It'll come on as charming, as cute and charming and a bit nerdy or something. If you're a Chad doing it, it's got nothing to do with how you're acting. It's got everything to do with what you look like. Looks is the first barrier between you getting any or getting nothing. It's the first barrier. You cannot skip it. You cannot bypass it. You must pass it.
Some men who are watching this video. But as you can see, that's why a lot of teenage boys don't actually get laid when they're in their teenage years, and why you'll find that most men don't actually lose their virginity until they're in their 20s, because they grow out of that teenage boy mentality, and they now act more grown up, and they're not as desperate anymore, even though maybe they're still a virgin. They've just learned to tone it down a bit, basically, and therefore it's much easier for those guys to then get laid and to lose their virginity. Okay.
No, it's not. Makes no difference. Unless the guy looks maxes between that time of his teens and 20s, he's not going to see any difference. I fucking can't stand these guys and women. They've always got a solution. It's a bullshit solution, but they've got a solution for every one of your problems. Come and buy this snake oil, lumps, bumps and humps, cures it all. It's just snake oil. It's verbal snake oils they're selling, that's all it is. And look, enough guys fall for it. A lot of these guys, and the women out there too, are, I think she's just starting off, this girl, but a lot of them are multi-millionaires because of this crap.
So this is why you'll see that a lot of women tend to date older men. You don't really often see women dating down that much, right? And dating guys who are sort of like desperate, right?
I think when she said dating down, she meant in age, because she was talking about age. There's a number of reasons women will date an older bloke, generally that older bloke will be, you know, a decent to good looking older bloke. I've seen it too, where you've got a girl that might be 18 to 25 dating a 40 or 50-year-old guy. Most often than not, there's money involved. There's a bit of a money power thing going on there where he's a bit of a sugar daddy buying her stuff. Sometimes they just generally like older guys, but they don't like older sub-5s. They like older chads. Chads and chads lights. So. That's where they try to trick you. They say, "Oh yeah, well, we've deciphered the code. You know, you've got to, you know, go for the younger girls, you know, because they like older men. Display these traits, and you can get this and this and this, and that's all. It's all a load of shit. You don't pass that basic looks test. That's it. It is over with that particular woman. It is over. You have to let it go. Even if you've got a crush and you really like it, you've got to let it go and move on. Because there's nothing you can do or say to get her.
For that connection. They date men who are older because they're no longer as desperate for romance and for love, and
they date men that are older because they've got their own house, their own car, and they've got money.
Have sort of developed this sense that women don't really like that kind of behavior. They don't like guys that are just like super, super horny and just want to get laid, or they're overly romantic and thinking they have to say all these different things.
They don't care if they're super horny and want to get laid. As long as they're good looking, it'll happen.
To get women. They've caught on to that. They need to be genuine and they just need to sort of relax and tone it down. And they don't need to do anything or prove themselves in any kind of way to attract women. Okay, and that's how you can now develop that sense too, because obviously this video is about how to attract girls without trying. Well, a lot.
Let me go back there.
You can now develop that sense too, because obviously this video is about how to attract girls without trying. Well,
there you go, lads. I never mind all this BP content. Just listen to her. You know, so just go out there and don't be needy. Talk to anyone you want. Get numbers and bedroom, as much bedroom fun as you want. But remember, the first 1,000 approaches are just the warm-up, okay? Fucking load of shit.
A lot of older guys can do that. They can attract women without trying because they've developed this sense of...
Because they're rich and good-looking. Oh, another ad. I'm going to talk over this just in case copy. I don't want to hear songs. I don't want to hear nothing like that. I'll mute that, actually. It's a good idea. And I'll go back to more of this bullshit that this bloody Sheila's carrying on about. Alright, first tip is don't be needy. Don't be needy, gents, and you'll be up to your guts in clunge, as Jay Cartwright would say.
Guys can do that. They can attract women without trying because they've developed this sense of, this is just how I gotta be. I can't be desperate for love. I can't be desperate for women. I can't be desperate to get laid because it makes me look immature. And that's why women date older men, because they're more mature in that way. They've got more sexual and emotional IQ at that stage, okay?
Talking a lot of bullshit.
So, what I would suggest that you do then, because if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with becoming less girl crazy, then what I would suggest you do is take a year from dating, take a year from seeking out women. Just take a year off and just focus on something entirely different, okay? Because
it's a bit useless advice here, really. The only thing you should be focusing on, if you can, is looks maxing. If you're going to take a year off, which something I'd suggest. Only if you've got the room to looks max it. And I'm kind of concentrating here on overweight guys. Because if you're already in shape and having bad luck, there's really not much you can do but hard looks max. You know, for instance, jaw surgeries, faciocranial surgeries, hair transplants, shit like that. But yeah, take a year off and like lose weight to looks max for sure, 100%. But for what she's suggesting is going to make no difference whatsoever. Just take how is someone that's obsessed with getting some action just going to forget about it, especially a young guy? It doesn't work that way. If you really just want to get some action and it's really high on your list, just go and pay for it. Go and pay for it and then get it out of your system. And if you have to do that every month, every 2 weeks, even every week, that's what you have to do.
One of the reasons why you might be feeling desperate for love and you may be chasing a lot of women down and things like that is because perhaps you've got some self-esteem issues going on, okay? So one of the ways that you can build your self-esteem is, I believe, to do something difficult for
Right, now we're getting on the self-esteem, confidence. I know I quote him a bit, but that in a lot of the Master Yoda's videos, which you'll notice I can't comment on his, he comments on mine and watch his other stuff. He's got this definition. I don't know if it's his or he looked it up. If you're watching this, MY, Mr. Yoda guy, chuck it in the comments if you can. There's this definition of confidence of how to get it. You can't just manifest it. Confidence, it's something like confidence comes from when you do something and you have success over and over again. It's something like a positive Matthew effect loop type thing. It's confidence is something that's gained from positive outcomes or something like that. So she's just going to tell you, just go home and take a little bit off and get some self-esteem and a bit of confidence up, and you'll be right, bucko. Which doesn't work. Chad can come across all moody and depressed and whingy and whiny and still get laid. I've seen it. I've worked as a bouncer for 20 plus years. Not anymore, but I've seen it. I've seen Chads that are pissed as farts go up and pick up women without really saying anything, and what they're saying is probably incomprehensible. It really is all about looks. If a woman likes your looks, it really is hard for you to fuck up as a guy.
a year. Prove to yourself that you're a badass. Yeah. Find a task, something that you're a badass. Yeah.
A badass. Okay.
Find a task, something that you're really passionate about, of course. Perhaps it's going to the gym, perhaps you want to write a book, perhaps you want to commit to doing something every day. Maybe it's writing a blog post, maybe it's, creating something in some shape or form. Whatever it is for you, whatever inspires you, just do something hard for a year. Something difficult.
Yeah, I think you should do in that year is looks max. You're not getting any results. It's the only thing that's going to get you. It's going to make a difference. No guarantees, of course, but the only thing that's going to matter. You take a year off and read, listen to all these courses and spend thousands on boot camps and stuff. It's going to get you absolutely nowhere.
Something that's going to stretch you past your comfort zone, okay? So you can just prove to yourself, not to anyone else. You're not doing this to attract women. You're not doing this to, get more people to like.
But you are doing it to attract women. What else would you be doing it for? And women know that. When you go up to when you approach one, they know what you're there for. Unless it's like a family member or in a business sense, they know what the deal is. You can't do that. You can't go up to a woman at a pub or a club and just make out you're not interested and you're not needy and it's going to flip switches and, activate areas of her mind and brain and caveman brain that's going to make her like you. It doesn't work that way. It never has worked that way, never will. Fuck, I wish this was more common knowledge that all this shit's bullshit, that there's only one way to improve, and that's to... That's the looks max, soft and hard.
Like you, to get more women to like you, to hopefully get laid one day. You're doing this to prove to yourself that you're awesome, okay? And when you realize that, okay, I've done a year of doing this really difficult task and perhaps you executed it really well and you've just really tried really hard every single day to make this happen, to do this difficult thing.
Yeah, and women aren't going to give a fuck about it unless you've looks maxed.
then you'll see that you've got a lot in you. You've got a lot in you to give, okay? And that then makes you feel a lot better about yourself, and you realize that, you know, I'm pretty good, you know, I'm awesome, I'm cool, I deserve a woman that loves me, that really wants me. I'm not going to bother chasing women anymore because I've proved.
You can think that till the cows come home, but if you're not attractive, it's not going to go anywhere. It pisses me off about all this mindset, inner game, deep game bullshit. It doesn't fucking work. The only thing you can work is your outside appearance. Yes, personality and all that stuff does matter, but it's like step 3, step 4 into the interaction. Step 1 is looks, and you can't talk your way around not being attractive to the woman. If they don't like you from first glance, it's over. It's over with that lady. It is over. There's nothing you can do. There's no course. There's no video you can watch. No book you can read that will help you overcome that barrier of not being attractive. The only thing you can do is looks, Max.
Prove to myself that I'm worthy of love, and I don't have to do anything to prove my worth to anyone now.
Once again, I reckon most kind-hearted, good-hearted people are deserving of love, but doesn't mean you're going to get it. Mother Nature doesn't give a fuck. Hypergamy doesn't give a fuck whether you're deserving or not. As I've said in many videos, you can be one of the kindest guys in the world, volunteer at charity shops, you're going to donate all your organs when you go, you help, you donate money, you help and rehabilitate sick kittens and puppies and stuff. You can have, be just a great, great, awesome person that anyone would like. But if you're not attractive, or if the woman, more precisely, if the woman doesn't find you attractive, it's game over with that particular woman. There's no way around it. I don't care what kind of shit they try to tell you to do, there is no way around it.
I've proved it to myself. And that's something that can really help with that. I know it's not related to women, right? But the thing is that often it's these things, the inner work and the inner journey is what builds that confidence. It's not like, oh, I'll get more confidence with...
No, it doesn't. Success, not just success, but continuous success builds confidence. You can't just go and meditate or go and do this, go and do that, go and disappear and hide under a rock for a year and come back and then you're a master of confidence. It doesn't work that way.
Women when I've slept with more women, or I'll feel confident when a woman says that she's in love with me, and then I'll feel worth, because what you're getting then is external validation. Okay, you're seeking someone else, in this way a woman, to make you feel better about yourself, to make you feel...
Well, if that's what you're wanting, if you want one night stands and you go out and you can get them one night stands, yes, that's going to make you more confident, isn't it? It's not rocket science here.
More attractive, but I can tell you that you don't need to do that. You don't need a woman's validation. You can build that validation within yourself.
In our business, change.
Because there are still plenty of people out there that in yourself. Okay, because there are still plenty of people out there that let's say the religious sort, who have promised themselves to stay a virgin until they get married. There's still plenty of people in the world that are like that and that do that. Okay, and there are plenty of men out there that do that.
I reckon there's a lot of women that lie and say that they're still that V word, and they're not. Probably not. Well, there's a lot of guys that are Vs. There are inkwells out there, but I don't believe for a second about this, especially the female inkwell kind of thing. You see, even now and again, I'll get one pop up on YouTube. I'll say, I'm 35 years old. I've never been kissed, and you look at the girl, and she's like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I'm thinking, what a load of shit. Oh, I've never had intimacy. No one loves me. It's all just a big pity party and for attention. It's a load of shit. There's no way that even an ugly woman, if she wanted intimate attention, she'd get it. If she wanted it, she'd get it.
And those people, I actually think that they have a strong self-esteem. They have a strong sense because they're not insecure about the fact that they haven't been with anyone, that they haven't slept with anyone. They've actually got, a great view on those things.
Now, what they're doing is coping with religion. Maybe they're all born into it or converted, who knows? But that's religion governs your life. If you're the kind of person that takes it really seriously, so that's all that's happening there.
And obviously have a good view on themselves, because obviously temptations are going to be there all the time, right? I'm sure like guys who are deciding to wait until marriage to have sex, have women come on to them, and I bet those women can sense that he is not engaging because he wants to find the right woman before he gets married and sleeps with them. And it's the same for women too, who are in the same boat, who are waiting for marriage, who are religious. I'm sure that a lot of guys have tempted her, but she has that self-worth to just wait. Okay, so
she is describing an extremely small subset of the population here. I even wouldn't believe it. I'd want the woman tested if I was that way inclined, Christian or whatever, and a woman said she was a virgin, never had any intimate fun. I'd want her to go to the doctor and get tested before I married her, prove it, and I'll marry her. And I wonder how many would actually come back as being intact.
You can be a virgin, or you can not have much experience with women and still develop a strong self-esteem. You don't need anything else to make you feel better about yourself.
You can't, because success builds confidence. You can't just automatically feel it out of thin air. The human brain, the human psyche doesn't work that way. As I said, if you're listening there, oh, great one, Yoda, type in that bloody that quote of yours about confidence, because I forget what it is.
Okay, the only thing that has ever worked, and this has only ever worked for me, if I try and get happiness from watching a TV program or food or whatever it may be, it never works. It never works. If it's other people, I can't let my...
I don't know about you guys, but food makes me very bloody happy. Dig into a big bowl of pasta, nice lasagna, pizza, nice bit of ice cream or something. Oh yeah, it makes me very happy.
Mood be dictated by external things, like, I need all these different things to feel happy. You have to build it within yourself. You have to prove to yourself that you're awesome. Okay,
So you've got to delude yourself that you're awesome. You've got to just make up all this bullshit. You've got to delude yourself on a almost like a narcissistic, psychopathic level that you're just this brilliant, perfect person. She's just the same as all these male PUA dating roach people. Once again, same shit, different smell. She seems to be talking more so about this inner game, what they call inner game, which is holding frame, confidence, self-esteem, and not looking needy. And that's just, if you do all these things, it somehow generates attraction, instant attraction, and it doesn't matter what you look like, your height, your weight, your age. They try to make out none of that stuff matters. Well, we all know it does. You just have to go out into the public and just have a set of eyes on you and just observe things. And that's pretty much how the BP started, is just a group of guys observed things, and we're lucky enough to have the internet. We all got together and we all kind of, one of us said, hey, do you see this? Do you see this pattern with women? And another guy says, oh, yeah, I see that. Do you see this one? Oh, yeah, come to think of it, that makes sense. And all of a sudden we've got all this BP stuff that just gives men the hard truth. And once again, the way I see it, it's not a doom and gloom thing, although some channels are all about that. It's not a doom and gloom thing, it's just a man coming to grips, coming to reality coming to grips with reality of just how things are for you. Coming to grips with, as far as dating goes, like the BP does branch out into life in general too. As far as dating goes, it just teaches guys that, looks matter, this is what women want, this is their standards, if you don't meet it, this is what you can do about it. You can either looks max, geo max, status max, whatever, and that's it. And we also say don't fall for all this dating roach PUA bullshit, because they just take your money and scam you. Let's carry on.
To build that yourself by doing difficult things, by proving to yourself that yours. Okay, and that's one of the best things that you can do. And then you won't need to attract girls. You won't have to try any.
Hear that? You go and crawl under a rock and do your 3 hours of bloody meditation. You do your no-fap. You get your tactical soap. You just disappear for a year and just open your front door. There'll be a big line of them there for you. What an absolute load of fucking bullshit. I'll hear that again.
By proving to yourself that yours. Okay, and that's one of the best things that you can do. And then you won't need to attract girls. You won't have to try anymore to think of the clever line, to think of how do I change my appearance? How do I do this? How do I do that? How can I attract more women by doing these different external things or changing aspects of myself? You don't have to do any of that. Okay? The only thing that you may need to change is your self-esteem, because if you're trying to seek this outside validation, then it's more than likely you don't have that much self-esteem.
Absolute load of fucking garbage. Well, as I said, there's lots of videos. I might do more that she's made. This one's about inner game. And once you get your inner game and your frame and your mindset sorted out, you don't need lines, you don't need this and that. You'll just go out and naturally attract women like a Giga Chad. That's it. It's the kind of shit that these dating roaches try to sell you. And they sell hope, but it's false hope. And a lot of desperate guys out there are paying hand over fist for this knowledge. And what normally happens is they watch a couple of these videos, go out, nothing changes, so they think, oh, geez, maybe the real secret's in their courses, in their books, or in their workshops. So they pay, hand over fist money for that. And all they really are is like the old Tony Robbins, weekends. You go there, they pump you up, you feel on top of the world. You go home, and over the next 2 weeks, you just come back to normal. You just realise it's all bullshit. Or if you aren't lucky enough to realise it's bullshit, then come to the BP for answers. You'll spend a lot of time, years, even decades, thinking it's your fault because you're not holding frame enough, you're not standing a certain way, you don't have the lines, you approach this way. They've always got an out for themselves. It's not them saying, hey, look, what I'm selling's bullshit, it doesn't work, sorry. Very, very, very good scam. It's one of the best scams in the last 100 years, the old PUA scam.
So you attract girls without trying by building your self-esteem.
Well, that's probably the most full of shit thing I've heard in quite a while, actually, off one of these dating roaches. You can attract them without even trying. Okay. Tell me in the comments if you think you can do that. I can't believe they can say this shit with a straight fucking face. I can't.
By building your own confidence and not needing them to build your confidence. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloverish.com.
Here we go, the old plug, the old spruik.
If you feel like the prices are too expensive and you would prefer to coach yourself, then also on the website, again, the link will be in the description of this video. You can go and read my book, Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams, and you can go and read this
There you
book.
go. Attract the women of your dreams, and all you have to do is manifest it, just like the women think they can manifest that 6'6" millionaire Chad for the full head of hair, blue eyes and all that shit. So just yeah, take a year off, meditate, no fap, get yourself some tactical soap, watch all the videos, and then just open the door in a year's time, and just be confident, bro. And it's just going to be a full line of ladies there waiting for you, because you remember, you don't even have to try. Once you've worked on your self-esteem and confidence, it doesn't matter what you look like, how old you are, tall, short, fat, hair, no hair, doesn't matter. It's your confidence. It's one of the big pillars, the big foundational pillars of the PUA dating roaches, is the old just be confident, bro. Confident, bro. You don't have enough confidence. What you're doing wrong's your fault, where it's actually not your fault. It's how you look. Assuming you've looks maxed and everything, and you've given it a good go, then it's definitely not your fault. And you should kind of take it as, if that's happened to you, maybe you're 3 or 4 out of 10, and you've looks maxed, you've tried, you went out, you've done a couple of 100 approaches, no luck. Think of it as a big weight being lifted off your shoulder. Pardon me, hiccuping. Because it's something you don't have to worry about anymore. You can concentrate on other aspects of life. You don't have to worry about chasing women anymore.
Totally for free on my website. You don't have to log in, you don't have to sign up. Just go to the menu on the website and click on the book, and it'll take you straight there to the PDF reader, and you can coach yourself. Now, if you happen to like my coaching videos, if you happen to like the book and you would like to purchase it, so you can leave a nice review for
Why watch all that shit? It's the same old crap. I don't want to go watch it.
No one else really was.
Probably could do a bit more of that interview, the old Yad interview. Anyway, we won't worry about that just yet. Well, I've pretty much said all I want to about this, and I'll leave it there. Once again, as always, leave your thoughts, comments in the area below. If you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe. It helps your channel grow a bit, reach more people. And I'll see you in the next one.